Hi guys, hola, 안녕하세요. So today I'm excited because I'm gonna be talking about Korea. So what got me interested in Korea and the Korean culture and what I think the Korean strengths are. What Korea's strengths are. So first we'll start off with why I got interested in Korea. I believe the year 2017 was the turning point in my life because that's the year I got introduced to none other than BTS. I've always been an avid entertainment award show watcher. I love watching artists perform live, and I love the whole entertainment industry. So, like every single year, I always watch every single award show. In the year 2017, I saw that BTS was a big thing. They kept talking about BTS and they actually won an award. And I was intrigued, but I didn't see them perform. I just saw that they won an award. So that was just that. And I left it as is. That was the beginning of the year. Fast forward to towards the end of the year, again, I'm watching another award show. This time it's the American Music Awards, the AMAs. And this time BTS came back, but they were performing. And when I saw Tae V sing the first verse of DNA, I don't know what happened. I got hooked. That moment changed my life. I have never seen any other artist perform like them. They I it, I don't I've never I'm a believer in love at first sight, like in relationships, and I've never experienced it, but I felt like it was love at first sight for fan and artist. I just fell in love with them the very first time I saw them perform. They were so talented. Musically, they can sing. They were charismatic. They look amazing. They were, and they still are very handsome. And that's what started it. After I saw them perform, I started researching their music, their likes, their dislikes, everything that everything about BTS. And that led to K-dramas. I started watching K-dramas shortly after I saw them perform. And just like they hooked me into K-pop, the when I started watching K-dramas, I got hooked too. Once I started watching one, I wanted to watch another one, and they never disappointed. And they were never disappointing. So I fell in love with the Korean culture. I wanted to learn more. Whenever I see the Korean dramas, scenes where they would eat, I would want to know what the dish is called. Where can I find it in Korea? Where's that place that they visited? I want to learn. I started getting so curious and learning everything about them, and that's just started a cycle where I just started doing research. I started watching YouTube videos on travel destinations for Korea, YouTubers that live in Korea from foreign countries like myself, and they talk about the likes and dislikes of living over there. The pros of living in Korea always surpass the cons, and that made me excited. So I wanted to do more research, and I love everything about Korea. Sure, there are cons and pros to every country, and that's understandable, but I feel the pros that I like outweigh the cons. And when I first saw BTS and started getting interested in K-pop and K-dramas, I knew that eventually my goal will be to travel to Korea and experience it for myself. But with this pandemic going on, I don't know when I'll be able to visit Korea. I pray that hopefully soon, but first first things first is everyone's health and safety. So I'm willing to wait as long as possible because one day I will make it to Korea and experience everything I've researched for the past 3 years for myself, and I can't wait to share with you guys when that day comes. I can talk for hours on how much BTS changed my life because after 2017, my life has never been the same, and I'm happier now. And it's all thanks to them and for them to get me interested in their country. I love to travel, and Korea right now is my number one place. I've gone to Mexico, I've gone to the Netherlands, I've gone to Germany and to Spain, Barcelona. And even though Mexico holds a special place in my heart since that's where my family's from, I feel this connection to Korea, even though I haven't visited, that that can be my third home. My first home is, of course, the States, since that's where I'm from and that's where I currently live. Mexico is my second home since that's where my family's from. But I feel like Korea could be my third home. And I just feel the strong connection to the country. Which leads on to the next topic, which is what I think are Korea's strengths. So the first strength I believe Korea has is the respect aspect. They respect their elders so much, and I appreciate that because in Mexico I feel like we have something similar to that, and they take it seriously. You have to pay respects to your elders, and I think that's beautiful. They're very traditional, and since I come from a very traditional background, I feel like I can relate to that. The way, and they do little things that just every it's a given thing over there. Like taking off your shoes when you walk into a house. The way you lay your chopsticks down, like you shouldn't, insert them into the rice. That's a no-no. The way you accept things with like two hands. It's just little things like that I find so intriguing and special to the country that I want to experience it for myself. So the second strength is their family values. Koreans value family so much. They respect them. They do things in their honor. They want to ultimately make their family proud, and I think that's amazing because what they do is for their family. And they just have this connection with their family from what I've seen, and I love that because I'm the same way. I value family. For me, family is the number one part of my life. Like family is number one, and I feel like they put family first too, and I appreciate that because they're super hard workers, but ultimately the hard work is to give back to their family and make them proud ultimately. And their third strength in my eyes is their food. I have never been as hungry as when I am watching a K-drama and they are eating, because the food looks so delicious and appetizing that I feel like I'm eating it with them. I want to be there. And the way they eat too is so fascinating to me because they make the food look and sound so delicious that they make things that normally I would be like, I'm not sure about that, sound so appetizing. I have eaten some Korean food here, like Korean barbecue and some very popular dishes, but I feel like they wouldn't compare to the actual food from Korea and eating it over there. And there's so many dishes that I've yet to try that I can't wait for that day to come because I'm a foodie and I would love to eat everything at a market and the street food and the restaurants and the cafes. The cafes are so adorable with their little cute drinks and cakes, and I love that. Their fourth strength is their entertainment. Boy, do they have great entertainment. The number one entertainment in my eyes is K-pop. That's what got me into Korea. And K-pop, especially BTS, like IU, I love IU, ATEEZ, Twice, all of these groups make people want to learn more about Korea and visit the country. And I think they're a big contributor to foreigners visiting the country of Korea. And for me as well, BTS got me into it, so that's why I want to visit. But after researching K-dramas and food and travel videos on Korea, there's much more that got me interested in the country. So yeah, the entertainment industry is amazing over there. They have so much talent. Their K-dramas are top of the notch. K-pop idols, their movies, their shows are funny. Everything is just amazing. I love all the entertainment that they provide for us. And personally, for me, if it wasn't for the entertainment industry, specifically K-pop and BTS, I wouldn't be making this video. I wouldn't be submitting videos on YouTube of me reacting to K-pop artists. It's a beautiful thing over there, and it's entertainment like no other. I've never been as entertained in my past life as I am with the Korean entertainment. It's amazing. And the fifth and final strength that I believe Korea has, I just want to say they have a lot of strengths. So these are just my top 5, but I can have a long list, but that would take too long. But yes, these are my top 5, and the fifth one is their government. Especially with the pandemic going on, that's when I realized how well the government handles things, especially crisis, emergencies. The fact that Korea was one of the top countries that had cases of the COVID-19 at one point towards the beginning of the pandemic, the fact that they were able to almost diminish the amount of cases, like they were so on top of safety and health measures. Everyone wore a mask. All the restaurants were taking precautionary actions to stop further cases to emerging in the country. I have never seen a country lower their cases as much as Korea. They are so on top of it, and it's all thanks to the government and the measures they took and their people. Their people are so cautious of health and respect for others. They respect others, and they know that they're doing things for the bigger cause. So that's why everybody wore masks and took all those measures. And if it wasn't for that, they wouldn't be where they're at. Yes, they're still taking measures necessary because the pandemic is not over. Hopefully it will be soon, but I think that's one of their biggest strengths. And even though I listed the top 5 strengths of Korea, I am gonna just list a little bonus strength that I like about Korea is how modest the people are. Their clothes they wear, the fashion, the way they treat relationships. I think that because they take things slow, you get to know the person more. And I love the clothes they wear. It's very modest and unique and fashionable. And I love their skincare too. Their how they take care of their skin, and their beauty industry is like one of the top in the world. So I love the beauty industry and their modesty and their fashion and the way they carry themselves. So yeah, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoy this, and hopefully one day I get to visit the country and share all my experiences with you guys. If you like this video, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Annyeong. Adios.